Hello and welcome to another edition of Droppin Baums with me, your host, Corey Baumeister. As always, brought to you by the lovely folks over at StarCityGames.com, bringing you the best in trading card needs. Okay, so today we are playing a little bit of Jund Shadow Aggro, a deck that was popularized and did pretty well at SCG Regionals a couple weeks ago by Ryan Acoin. Sorry if I'm butchering your last name. I know you've told it to me before, but that's what I think it is at least. He piloted all the way to a second place finish at his regionals. I think the deck is very powerful. I played it on Versus Live. I really liked the look of it. So I wanted to give it a shot and try it out for a league. I think it has a great matchup against any of these combo decks like Amulet or Breach because you're just faster. I think that is a very important place to be in Modern right now, as well as just being able to be open and just do your own game plan against a wide variety of decks, because let's get real, Modern is very much wide open and you got to be prepared to beat a lot of different things. You can fast forward to any of the matches below as well as the deck tech at the end, but I do give away spoilers at the end and talk about the matches as well as what I would like to change from the list, as well as what I liked and didn't like. So without any further ado, let's get to round one. See you there. All right, welcome to round one here with Jund Death Shadow Aggro. Okay, so we're on the draw. We can traverse for a second land here, as well as have some good things to play. We can get our life total down. This hand seems great. We're gonna keep this. See what we're up against. Snow-covered forest. Traverse. Maybe Tron? Tron. A bad Tron list? Okay, Cavern. Definitely not Tron. What the? Well, we're not a counterspell deck, so we're cool with that. All right, let's start by seeing how much we can hurt ourselves. Sometimes you want to save Street Race, but right at the beginning of the game, I like to develop my hand first, because like now we learn that we just don't really want to traverse, right? I could just Thoughtseize, but I don't know what I'm super afraid of yet. Getting in 1 damage doesn't matter too much either. So Thoughtseizing turn 1 is probably gonna make more sense, just because turn 2 we want to play Goyf almost no matter what. And then what? We're just getting in 2 damage. I would rather stop there. Okay, right as I said that, I'm kind of thinking, okay, well, it gives them more time to draw better cards if they're if I give them 2 more turns till I want to Thoughtseize. So, I mean, the main thing here is what are we playing against? If we're playing against something that wants to curve out and go aggressive, then we would want to Thoughtseize. But I don't know. I have no idea what we're playing against. Ancient Stirrings for Cavern of Souls is not exactly the normal Modern play. So this could be anything. So I think, honestly, I just want to be aggressive and play my threat just because I really don't know what they're playing, you know? So obviously Thoughtseize would figure that out, but here's how I kind of want to sequence things. I want to go Monastery, Swift Spear turn 1, Goyf 2, turn 3, Thoughtseize, maybe Crash Through, and see what else we get. And then I'm going to be attacking for a lot on turn 3. So let's do that. We're just going to play this Blood Crypt. We're going to get in there, give them the beatdowns. Then we just have more spells to help prowess. It's only going to be 2 damage over the first couple turns with Monastery Swift Spear, but I think that's totally reasonable. All right, so there's the Cavern that we know about on Giant. Okay, all right, it's just Amulet. Okay, I probably should have known that. All right. So still, I think maybe that would have been a good reason to Thoughtseize if I would have pictured it being Amulet. I mean, yeah, it had to be Amulet, so maybe that was kind of stupid of me. But next turn, do I fear an Amulet or do I fear a Titan? Not really. So I think I'd rather get my threat down, and just get a Goyf here. Green red or green black doesn't matter too much. I would think we go with green red since we only have 1 black card and we have 2 red ones. So let's do that. And once again, if we thought they were going to Titan next turn, we would Thoughtseize them, but I necessarily don't think they will, and I'd rather get down the threats. So I'm not going to be able to kill them next turn, but I can probably kill them on turn 4 with the way this is shaping up. And as long as they don't Titan on... So this is turn 3. They may be able to Titan on turn 4, but through a Thoughtseize, that seems kind of rough. Okay, Dryad. Can't do much to that, but now we're going to be able to Thoughtseize and hopefully pick apart like their one Titan. Now they may have multiples, which would suck. Let's start with this. Cycle. We're definitely too many lands here. Now we could go with Crash Through first. Just to see, maybe we hit like, you know, mutagenic growth and we can actually get close to lethal. We might as well. Let's Crash Through. Okay. Now we could Thoughtseize and Traverse, and that would make this large enough to get over. And as long as I take like a creature or something, Goyf would be big enough so I can just at least attack through this. So let's first see what they're cooking with. Traverse is not Delirious right now, which is not great. 2 packs. Ugh. Ugh. It does at least get an instant into the yard. But yeah, that's not good. That's not what we wanted to see. Okay, well, we gotta take that. Yeah, that's not good at all. Now the question is, do I Traverse? Like, what can I go Traverse for next turn? I could Traverse for just like a Street Wraith and Temur Battle Rage something. Then I don't get through this 4 damage. I bet if I just play this land, they're not going to block anyways. It's just too risky. So what are they going to do? They're going to go Primeval Titan and likely get a... Oh, I can't Traverse. They can Primeval Titan and just get 2 Valakuts and kill me. Okay, okay. So I just have to play this and attack. Yeah, I think we're dead this game. Does that mean I can't even attack? Because if they just go packed, they have the land, and then they attack for 2, put me down to 5, and then just shoot me for... Yeah, I think we're just dead. We're going to attack with this, but... I mean, they just kill me with 2 Valakuts anyways. That deals, what, 12 damage, right? Alright, this didn't go well. We really needed them to not have 2 packs. Oh, Amulet. Still good. Confirmed. Yeah, nothing we could have did this game. There's just no sequence of plays with what we drew that was going to get us out of this. But if we could have just, like, dismembered this on time, if they didn't have 2 packs, you know, I mean, there's a lot of things we could have drawn, but we just drew a lot of lands. We kept a 1-lander, and now we have 5, and it's, you know, our turn 3, right? That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Let's see what they go for. If they don't go for Valakuts because they're afraid of, like, Dismember, then, you know, I don't know, maybe we can Temur Battle Rage our way over the top. Always make them do it. You know, I mean, they have to think like, well, they would just concede if they had this, but, you know, not necessarily. All right, so they didn't go for the kill, or they didn't have 2 Valakuts, one of the 2. I guess Become Immense now is probably lethal. We might be able to cheese them out. They could have just drawn another land, though, and just kill me right away, because all those cards are done. Okay. All right, that probably shuts down the Become Immense line. It would be pretty tough to get this Swift Spear above that. But we're going to try. All right, let's sacrifice this. No need to deal us more damage. It truly doesn't matter. So they're going to kill us next turn no matter what. They have an embarrassment of riches. Okay, so what we have to do... This isn't going to be great. And I don't even think it's enough. I haven't done the math, but it's going to have to involve a lot of things here. So we're going to have to start with a Teamer Battle Rage. Now we're going to have to traverse. For a Street Wraith. And hope to draw into Become Immense and somehow hope they block so poorly. Okay, never mind. I'll see myself out. Okay. Up against Amulet. I would think this is actually a pretty good matchup. We're just really fast out of the gates here. So I don't really think we bring in anything, to be honest. I don't think we sideboard in this matchup. Like, Tarfire is pretty weak, but it does still hit the early creatures. Crash Through goes over the field tokens. You definitely want Teamer Battle Rage, Become Immense combo. Dismembered deals with Dryad. I don't think we sideboard here. I think this deck was built by Ryan Acoin with just this matchup in mind. Like, I'm pre-boarded, saying I'm pre-boarded for this matchup, deal with it. I could see Liliana being good. Let's do that. Liliana and Inquisition are two cards that are reasonable. Just to... like 3 Mutagenic Growths, it is kind of a combo. Tarfire is just okay. Let's take out 1 Traverse. And just the Inquisition. I think sometimes when they have just Titan in their hand or whatever, you Inquisition them, you feel so bad. So I want to avoid that. Okay, I think we can keep this. It's not insane or anything, but... no, we don't want to traverse for a basic land, so we're just going to crash through on turn 1, even though I know that kind of sucks. Just a cycle. That's why Crasher is kind of good, you know? I mean, regardless, you're just cycling at its worst. Okay, let's do that. We'll say go. Pretty far away from Delirium. I mean, if we just keep drawing lands, this hand is going to be very bad, but hopefully we can draw a little bit of action. I guess they are just back to Ancient Stirrings now that Once Upon a Time is banned. That makes a lot of sense. I was like, I haven't seen this card played in so long. But that would be the reason. Okay, the same land as this is pretty sweet. Okay, Mutagenic Growth. So I can't cast that, can't get my life total below this. So we just have to start with Crash Through again to try to find something. Okay, that's not great right now, but it is going to be good next turn. So we'll be able to play that. So we'll just go land, go. We're going to sack, take 3 at end step, but we can't play anything. And then we'll be able to play Double Death Shadow next turn. Pretty far away from Traverse here. Okay, slow start from them as well, though. So we should still be okay. So doesn't matter too much. I would suppose just a black source for sure. Let's go with black-green. Okay, 14. So let's start by bobbling ourselves to see which land we want to play. What are we drawing? Bloodstained Mire. I don't want that. So let's sacrifice this. Go get another Blood Crypt. And still no creature in the yard. So we can't go get Delirious yet. We could technically Mutagenic Growth to do so, but we'll do it next turn. There's no huge rush. So we'll say go, and I mean, there's a chance we could just get our life total down to 3 or whatever and just kill them. Like a pretty easy chance. I mean, we take 3 here, 4, 5. This can go get a Street Race, 6, 7. We're already down to 4 then. No, that's actually just lethal. We have lethal with what's in our hand. Oh, no! Oh, no. Okay, that's not good. That's really bad. Okay. Well, that was going to be great. I guess we can go Thoughtseize now. All right. Dismember, Primetime, Rexage, and another Primeval Titan, essentially. So what if I take this Dismember? Can this Dismember even do anything to my Death Shadows? I think they're going to be far too large. So I think I'm okay with Dismember. Primeval Titan, Rexage. It could just be Rexage just because it's a blocker and they're going to get Primetime anyways. Or I just take Primeval Titan now, hoping to draw another Thoughtseize at some point. That's probably good. So let's do that. We're going to attack. I actually want to try to keep my Death Shadow in range of Dismember, so they go for it. So let's get a Death Shadow. We might be able to really get them here. I think we will. I think they're going to fall for this. I think I would probably fall for it. Oh my god, really? What a top deck. Jeez. This matchup's a tilt. That feels really bad, but no, we can't play that. That's not going to win the game. At least we get another Death Shadow here. Okay. And we just do it again. Traverse. Another Death Shadow. I mean, we just have to hope that... Just to hope to top deck Temur Battle Rage, I guess. Or a Thoughtseize for the Pact. I don't like our chances, though. That top deck to EE was just insane. EE is a great card against us, though. I mean, we have a lot of 1-drops that matter, unfortunately. They might just play Rexage. I think that's a decent play because it's kind of like a Time Walk already. Yep. So Rexage. So we know that that's their hand, but that hand is still gonna kill us unless we draw something. Bobble is not that something. I think we're just dead, but we'll make them do it. All right, we'll check their top deck. Another land that doesn't matter. Our only hope is that they somehow don't actually kill us this turn, and then we can top deck Temur Battle Rage. It's what we need. So we can make this Death Shadow huge. Here comes our best friend, Primetime. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so they can't make field triggers. So maybe they'll be priced into block. And if they're priced into block, maybe we can actually win this game. Because they'll have to pay for pack next turn. But if they just have the soul read that we don't have it, and they just don't block, then we just die. So yeah, actually, there's not a way they can kill us right now. So it really depends on how much they respect our deck. Respect or no. I mean, I'm glad we showed them Temur Battle Rage last time, because I think they can live through a Temur Battle Rage if they block it. Even with a Radiant Fountain, I think they they would have to block this. So if we just act fast, I think they're priced in. Oh. All right, so let's do this. All right, so we can get this up to... I hope they block. We can give it plus 10. This is messed up. We can get them to 1 without Teamer Battle Rage. What a tilt. This is plus 4. This is plus 6. No. No, they didn't fall for it. Oh, that Radiant Fountain got us. This is going to be funny. We got to at least do it, right? We gotta at least do it. Give him a smiley face. Lame. Lame. 2020 Death Shadow coming in. Not enough. Brutal. Okay, well that's round 1 here with Jund, Death Shadow, aggro. Hope we can get the last 2 because that match was quite the tilt. I have to say. Those are some timely top decks in a game where I really felt like we were at least going to win game 2. Game 1, I think we lost pretty easily, but yeah, let's hope the rest of this Dropping Bomb goes better. We'll see you in round 2. All right, and welcome to round 2 here with Jund, Death Shadow, aggro. We're on the play. Gotta love that with this deck. That's in Modern, it's just really big already, but this deck especially. Okay, so these are the kind of hands that scare me about Death Shadow in general. It's just the fact that like you play a decent amount of threats, but it looks like we should keep this hand, even though we don't have a threat. But if we just like draw 2 lands, we're just straight dead. If Nurturing Peatland was any other land that didn't draw me a card, I would mulligan. But I think this is a close keep. I could be wrong about this, and I would love to hear your opinions down in the comments about this one, because this is about as close as it gets. All right, so let's do this. Okay, all right, we can play this first because we can either Peatland or Mire. So let's see what we're about to draw. Thoughtseize. I don't want another one. No, I'm on a threat hunt. That's all I want is a threat. So we're gonna sacrifice this, go get a Blood Crypt. Now we got 2 draws at a threat to be able to curve out and actually have a good draw. Okay, so this looks like the Nexus of Fate Wilderness Reclamation deck, but then again, there's an Exhaustion. Ooh, spicy. Okay, well, Quaddle is probably the most annoying card, and it sets up their hand a little bit, so we'll get rid of that. This is a wild one. Modern is just the wild, wild west at this point. Okay, Misty. Okay, we gotta do the same. No threat, so this is not ideal, of course. Mutagenic growth, we don't want that. And this is the problem that we face sometimes. And a reason why maybe, you know, the experts of this desk are going to say, no, you can't keep that hand. 4 lands is too many. That's possible. That's possible, and I could easily have been wrong on it, and I'm just getting punished. But we'll see. I didn't play this because I don't want to sack the land, and I wanted to shuffle my library. Well, we definitely are ready to kill him in one swing at some point. So I don't feel too bad about this because we are going to... you know, just make this a 1 combat kind of game whenever we actually find a threat. Now here I am going to sacrifice just because if I get one of my 1-drop threats, I'm happily to play it. That ain't it. This is not going well. Uro. Gain some life. Do the things. No real reason to cast anything yet. Only thing we can cast is this, but not really worth it yet. All right, let's draw a threat. Okay, we're in the money. We're in the money. All right, so I think we're just gonna go Swift Spear. And honestly, just attack for 1? Does that seem okay? Because they might exhaustion us. But they probably wouldn't if I just attack with this. So Tarfire puts them to 18. Temur Battle Rage, or Become Immense, Temur Battle Rage puts them to, so it'd be plus 7, plus 8. So it'd be plus 8 and double strike with prowess. So 9, 18. So it's exactly lethal if we Tarfire here. So we definitely have to. It's exactly lethal next turn if they don't exhaustion us, which they might. Red, green, red, black. Doesn't matter too much. Let's go with red, green. Tarfire. Our dismembers are just terrible, and we just drew both of them. Okay, but now they're just straight dead next turn if they try to do something other than interact. They could easily just have like counter spells now, which is kind of a tilt, but... Alright, this is definitely just the taking turns deck. Let's see if we even get another turn. I think I'd be pretty shocked, but you never know. Okay, so we only know Nexus, and they can bring back Uro next turn. That was actually a good draw, because then we can double dismember Uro. Oh, wait, no, we can't. We don't have the life for that. Okay. Well, we can dismember their Uro as we attack, I guess. Yeah, who knows? We could be in trouble. All right, they can just Nexus us, so they could take another turn if they wanted. Okay. So we know their hand is just Nexus, so that's all they're going to be doing now. But then they get to play Uro. Okay. Blue-green Nexus, huh? Spicy. All right, here's our best friend Uro. They drew a land for the turn, so if they brick, at least we... if they brick on this next turn, we should be okay. But if they don't brick, like if they hit a time warp here, we're just dead. We're just straight dead because they just get to attack. Okay, they bricked. All right. So here's the real question. Do we want to sack this for a basic? Well, we can always go get a basic later. I don't want to draw a land. And we can't dismember to pay 4. So I don't think it actually pays. All right. We also just don't have lethal anymore. So this is kind of a problem. Yeah, I think that means we just have to dismember this when they attack and hope that their 2 draw steps are not great for them. Don't want to lose any life for this one. So we're just going to pay with all mana here. No. Oh no, we're so dead. We're so dead. If this was a swamp or something, we could run back the dismember, but guess I could have become immense. Yeah, maybe I had to do that. Okay. Well, I guess we win next turn as long as they don't kill us. But yeah, Death Shadow definitely makes Uro look kind of tiny. That was a good draw. Do they want to dredge Life Alone? Probably not. Astrolabe. This is a wild game where I think I should have actually become immense that last turn, but it's much better that I didn't with the way with what I drew. Talk about, you know, not playing optimally and getting rewarded. Okay. Wow. Thinking they're so far behind they have to draw. Block. Okay. It's another land. I would think maybe they're just dead. So we can take 3 with this. Take 3 with this, go down to 2. Death Shadow goes up to an 11-11. Plus 6, 17-17. Double Striker? Yeah, that's probably lethal. That's probably lethal. Wow. Can't believe we won this game. We even get this for a little extra measure. Become immense on this. This is going to be kind of sick. $18-19. 20, and then plus 16 more. What is it, 36 damage? No big deal. No big deal. That's a one turn. Oh god, what do they have? Yeah, Cryptic Command, but you can only draw a card, then discard, right? So I don't think that works. You just draw a Cryptic and then put it back, right? Unless I'm missing something. Yeah, okay. Okay. All right. That seems like a very good matchup, so losing to this would be kind of painful. All right. Anything we want to do? Leyline seems pretty good against the Sanctuary Uro deck. Liliana is also good. Painful Truce could be good. Inquisition could be good. Maybe the other Leyline. That's a lot of Leylines, though. We'll get rid of Dismember for sure. Tarfire is not great. I think we can get rid of 2 more pump effects. Like Mutagenic Growth, I think is just very bad. So I think we'll do something like this. Now, the only thing I'm considering is bringing in something to deal with Quaddles, because that card is a pain, and you do got to answer it. So Mutagenic Growth, I think, is bad against Quaddle, of course. I think we're just going to do 1 Dismember or 1 Fatal Push. Fatal Push gets Quaddle and Uro, where Dismember doesn't. All right, I like 1. So then we got 2 ways to deal with creatures. We really don't need to deal with that card, so I think it's totally fine. Yeah, we'll keep this. Now the real question is, are we going to play the Crash through right away? I don't think so. I think I'd rather just go this, Bobble, say go. Oh, wait. I want to target myself now. Because regardless, I want to sacrifice this. I guess it doesn't matter too much. Catacombs. We don't want another land. So we're going to go with a Blood Crypt. Draw our magical card. Traverse. Not bad, not bad. Okay. I think we just want to be mana efficient here and play the Goyf. All right. Black, red, green. Don't care too much about green. We definitely need a green source. Otherwise, green-red seems to make sense. Yeah, let's do the Stomping Ground. All right, we'll get Goif down. Okay. Pretty strong. Knowing that they played remands, maybe we would have rather played... We can't really play 2 1-drops. I still think that was best. With the way their mana base is, we're not afraid of Quaddle at all. So I'm glad we didn't bring in too much to deal with that. Now, let's just replay it. Another one would be kind of lame, but that's okay. Didn't have it. So... another red sword, okay, so we want to play Death Shadow. So black, and they're all black sources. Now red or green. Got 2 red already. Black, green gives us 2 of every color. Doesn't matter too much, but that seems fine. Play the Death Shadow. Okay. Oh, opt, okay. Yeah, this has just got to be a bad matchup for them. Nexus has always struggled against decks that are fast and can disrupt even in a minor way. So I would assume this is just a very good matchup for us. And I'm not too worried about losing, but you never know. You never know. All right, playing Thicket, so they clearly need land. Always smart to keep something like that in mind. Like, why would they play a card they could cycle if they could also cycle it? You know, most of the time they're just, you know, in a hard time for lands. And they did something wrong there. Always play the Uro first. You may just draw another land. Maybe you have too many. Like, there's plenty of scenarios where you would rather do it the other way around. It's a little late to the party. So I kind of want to go... Painful Truce pumps this 3 times as well, and then we have just a ton of cards in hand. Also puts another type into the graveyard. It's a little bad against Remand. Can't get Delirium anyways. I kind of think we start with that. Could be bad, but I want to get some disruption here. All right, Painful Truce. Remand's going to feel real bad, but don't do it to me. Don't have the remand. Yes, okay. Wow. Can we deal 19? The answer is maybe. All right, so if we sack this, that's 7. So I can deal myself 5 more damage. So that's 10, 15... 15, 16. So no, I can't kill them is the short answer to this. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Well, let's start with this. So I could get myself to 1. I sack this. Go Traverse for a Street Wraith. Go down to 1, take 12, 17. So there's no point in doing that if it's not lethal. But I don't mind getting them that low. Because then, like, what are they going to do, right? Like, they can't flash in Quaddle right now. I guess they could if they destroy land. So let's not get to 1 just in case they cheese us out. So I think I just want to play Death Shadow. And with that being the case, we want to just play it right away. Just in case they have a counterspell for it, at least... there's already a creature in the yard, it doesn't pay. Now we just want a blocker just in case they go like Uro plus Time Wipe. Maybe we should have played it first just in case they counter it. Then we leave a creature back. Yeah, I think it's fine. Yeah, I didn't Thoughtseize them once. Veil, normally a great card, but yeah, we did not target them a single time. All right. See what you got. Blue, blue, green, green. Uro just to check it out, I imagine. Crash through is going to be quite nice. I'm glad we didn't play it on turn 1. It's going to be nice, but probably not even needed, you know? Oh yeah, they're dead. They're dead. They could maybe play a Quaddle if they ghost quartered their land, but yeah, clearly did not have enough to stay alive. All right, so we are now 1-1 with our Droppin Bombs this week. I really like the deck. I hope we can salvage the 2-1 here, so stay tuned for the final round. All right, and welcome to our third and final round here with Jund Shadow Aggro. We're on the play again, so that is nice. This hand is not great. One more land in this hand is really, really good, but we can't cast anything unless they play a creature and we can dismember it. Even then, we're only taking 6 damage, so this still doesn't live. Yep, this is a mulligan. Okay. Double Thoughtseize, no threat hand. Don't love to see it, but we're going to keep, and we're going to get rid of this mutagenic growth since we have plenty of ways to get our life total down there. It's good against some decks, but it's one of the weaker cards in the deck. So we're going to Thoughtseize. We're probably not even going to activate the Bobble. I'm going to keep, put this on the bottom. They kept their 7, it looks like. Nope, they mulled as well. That's good. Maybe we just Bobble them so we have full information. I kind of like just saving the Bobble for our fetch land. We'll see what they're playing. See if we have to hustle. If it's a combo matchup, then we kind of have to hustle for a threat. It is not. Okay. Aven Mind Sensor. Flicker Wisp. I think we just take Giver of Ruins. We'll start with that. And we're going to go like this. We're actually going to let them draw. We're going to take a peek at their card that's next, because we can Thoughtseize them again next turn. So we want to just have absolutely perfect information when we do that. Plus, we're just on the hunt for a threat at this point. So let's take a peek. They're going to draw a land. Okay, that's not a great draw. Okay, that was a great draw, though. Now, we know they have 3 drops. They might have something else, but we're definitely just jamming Goyf here. All right, so green, red, or green, black. Always have to ask yourself these questions. Most of the time, it doesn't matter too much. I think black is a little bit more important since we have to Thoughtseize, but yeah, this one doesn't matter. Goyf, say go, don't have the path, please. If they drew path, that would be such a tilt. Okay. So we know they're drawing a land, so unless they drew a 2-drop, they're not going to do anything this turn. Perfecto. Wow, okay. Well, I think now we just go Swift Spear plus Thoughtseize. Just really start giving them the business here. I don't think we care about Mind Sensor at all. Flicker Wisp could get annoying, and it's bigger. So let's do that. All right, so we know their hand is Mind Sensor and 4 lands. Got to be advantaged against that. Or Mind Sensor and 3 lands, excuse me. All right, now all we want them to not draw is just a path for our Goyf. Our Goyf is the most important creature. If we can connect with that a couple more turns, the game is over. Over. All right, so we know their hand. They shouldn't play that land. You know, they're just giving me perfect information. Okay, we're just going to attack. All right, this tar fire gives us a lot of extra damage. An instant and tribal. 6, 7, 8. Okay. We're just going to put this into play tapped. We're very happy to just win with this stuff. All right, now they have to draw something good. We're not afraid of this, so if they don't play anything else, we may dismember this, but this should be a pretty good matchup for us as well. Okay. It's pretty strong. Now if they attack, they die at least. So we can force them into jump blocking regardless. So Batter's Skull is good. Okay, they didn't want to attack. So let's see what we draw first. So we draw pretty much anything in their toast. Yep, that's lethal. Okay. So let's go with kill this. Yep, just because they can only block one of the creatures, we can make this Swift Spirit actually 5 damage, so that's GG. GG! John Death Shadow giving the business. Blink. Lethal! All right. Ancient Grudge is probably pretty good against the Stoneforge package. Fatal Push is probably worth it as well. We probably want to slow down and just try to destroy some of their stuff. I don't really know when I want to bring in Seasoned Pyromancer, but I guess it seems like it's pretty good in this matchup. Now let's take out some of the cute stuff like Mutagenic Growth. Post-sideboard, you definitely try to cut on some of the cards that boost creatures, because a lot of decks are going to bring in ways to deal with creatures. And then you just get left with pump spells in your hand, and then that's not great. That's kind of how you lose. So we're going to cut some of that. They can also have Rest in Peace, so I took out 1 Traverse to mediate on that plan a little bit. But we don't want to go too crazy here. And to me, it looks like we have a little bit too much removal right now. Like Ancient Grudge seems just unnecessarily slow. Liliana actually seems quite bad to me now that I think about it. And now I kind of want to cut like one of the Teamer Battle Rage or Become Immense. Let's cut Become Immense, just because if they Rest in Peace, you know, hedging on that effect is a little bit better. So let's go like this. Glad we cut one since they're in our opener. But the sound seems fine. It's going to be heavily relying on Tarmogoyf living. Okay, we got to kill that right away on site. So we'll go for red-green here. Tarfire. Get that out of there. Otherwise, it can just protect everything, so I guess we could wait to do that, but we know we have to kill it. Displacer? Okay, that's pretty good. That's if they want to just keep leaving up mana to displace Goyf, but, you know, I mean, if they do, I probably should have had a sack land there. That was probably bad. Yeah, dang it, that was super bad. Well, they weren't going to give me the chance to do it anyways. Okay, that was great. Yeah, if they're just displacing here, I feel pretty good about that. One Death Shadow. Just a Whittle avatar. What a weird design for a card, right? Alright, well, I think they're probably just dead. Okay. We'll Bobble. We want to sack this fetch land anyway, so we're just going to see what they're drawing, see if they're drawing their land. They are not. They are so dead. They didn't draw great, I guess, but... Alright, so I guess they just have Path. Trying to permanently deal with one of the problems. Can they have Mind Sensor here? No, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, let's go like that. Now we'll pass priority. Displaces Death Shadow. Okay, so Become Immense. Yeah, this is lethal, right? Yep, okay. Sweet. Sweet combo. I haven't done the old Battle Rage Become Immense plan in quite a while, but it, oh no, that shrinks our goif so much though. What am I thinking? Yeah. Oh, we probably just punted this. Well, I still want to do this, but yeah, holy, we definitely just, because I could have left one other type in the yard, and then it was 9. So I could have only left, so I couldn't have killed him this turn, but I could have dealt, 18. Wow, that was bad. Kind of forgot we had Bobble at least. We know they're just drawing a land though, so I think we might be okay. Already a creature in the yard, unfortunately. Now they have to do some chump blocking. That's game. Alright, alright. Bobble. Bobble targeting you. Fatal push this. GG! yeah, they're just like, come on, I had all the goods. Mirren Crusader, yeah, that's pretty good against us, I suppose. They didn't play their Tech Edge, or maybe they just drew a card, I guess. All right, well, we absolutely dominated 2 rounds, and then we were absolutely dominated against Amulet. I feel like we got a little unlucky game 2 against them, but regardless, I feel like this deck seems very good and very well positioned. Looking forward to SCG Syracuse. But let's talk a little bit more about it here in the deck tech. See you there. And welcome to the deck tech here. Okay, well, not a bad showing at all. I really like the power of this deck and the versatility to, you know, transform a little bit into a more controlling deck, or just be an all-in, kill you on turn 3 or 4 aggressive deck when you need to, based on the matchup. So this is the list I copied from Ryan A. Coin. Made like one change because Once Upon a Time was in there. But otherwise, I just think the deck is very good and pretty well positioned right now, like I said. So we lost to Amulet, like I said at the end of the last video, and then kind of dominated the other 2 matchups. Maybe, you know, we didn't play against Dimir Wurza, maybe some of the top tier decks, but you know what? Modern is wide open and you're going to play against a lot of random stuff. And this deck has a very cohesive game plan that's just doing its thing and trying to get the game done as soon as possible. And I think that's where you want to be at for Modern. You know, I also like Dimir Wurza, and those are actually the 2 decks I'll be considering for Syracuse this weekend, but both for very different reasons. So depending on your play, I think both of those are just super strong decks. And I'm normally an Urza player, so I don't know what I'm truly leaning on, but this felt good. I'm going to finish out that league right when I'm done with this video and, you know, kind of see what else I can play against. All right, so the mana base I love. No real reason for me to change anything. Maybe add 1 or 2 Nurturing Peatland, because I really do love that land. Probably 1 would be the most I'd want to do. For Bobble, pretty big staple of Death Shadow. It's an extra artifact for the graveyard for Tarmogoyf and Delirium, as well as just a easy way to trigger Prowess and manipulate the top of your deck with fetch lands. Then let's talk about the threats. Death Shadow, Swift Spear, and Tarmogoyf are the only creatures on this deck. But the one reason why I like the Jund version better than Grixis Death Shadow is you just have more threats. I think Grixis Death Shadow is a flawed deck just because you keep these certain hands that, you know, are good on paper, like Thought Scour, you know, Thoughtseize, a couple removal spells, 3 lands. Like, you keep that and you're supposed to. But if you just don't draw a threat within the top 15 cards of your library or whatever, you're just going to lose. So I don't like playing that game where my deck can just not give me what I want. This, we have a lot more threats, as well as 3 Traverse to find threats late game. 4 Thoughtseize, staple to Death Shadow, being able to hurt yourself and take away a key removal spell from your opponent's hand to allow you to kind of combo off the next turn is very important. 2 Crash Through is a very interesting addition, but being able to trample over like Field of the Dead tokens, you know, Constructs, even Uro in some situations, and at worst case, it's just a 1 red cycle, sorcery to the graveyard. I love the addition of Crash Through. Tarfire, I think, is pretty interesting. You know, being able to snipe early creature as well as have that tribal keyword next to instant for Tarmogoyf. It's like the only card that still has tribal. It's kind of a weird interaction there. 3 Mutagenic Growth, it can really get you in any kind of like Thoughtseize matchup or even Dismember, as well as dealing yourself 2 to play it, +2/+2. If you have a Death Shadow, this is 0 mana, +4/+4. That can be a big game when you're trying to kill the turn you attack. Then we got 3 Traverse, searches for basically anything. You can get Street Wraith, you can get that Nurturing Peatland to draw a card, or just more often, you just get Death Shadow, your best creature. Then we'll talk about the combo kill here. Temur Battle Rage and Become Immense is a combo that I haven't played with since the days of like green-red Landfall when I played this at Pro Tour Milwaukee like 5 years ago. But it was one of the funnest things to do. Be like, okay, what are you at? 22? You're dead. Oh, I love it. It brings back good memories. So it's really strong. I like it when half the metagame is these slowish, grindy decks where you can just kind of get them out of nowhere, or it's decks like Amulet where speed really matters. So I like the inclusion of this instead of just trying to play creatures and attack. Those are the decks that I don't think are very good. And we got 2 Dismember, probably the best removal spell because once again, you're dealing damage to yourself as well as killing a great creature. And then Street Wraith, a staple to Death Shadow since the card was printed basically. Then we'll move on to the sideboard here. We got, let me maximize this a little bit. So we got 3 Ley Lines, Breach combo decks, Dredge, anything trying to beat you with the graveyard. I like this card. Maybe not like Uro decks where they're playing control and then they just Uro you, but like Sultai Delirium with Uro, you probably want them. But like an Uro deck like the 4-color Snow deck I played last week, you probably don't want them because they just have so many ways to kill and counter your stuff. 1 Liliana on the Veil. I like this card. I may even want to see more. Liliana's really good in its specific matchups, and it's pretty varying in matchups. Like, it's good against control decks, also good against like Uro decks where you want them to sacrifice. Yeah, it has a lot of applications. I bring it in basically whenever I just want to take another card out in a lot of matchups. Painful Truce, I don't necessarily get this card. We played it and it was pretty good to okay, but I think this card's a little bit more cute than anything. Same with the Seasoned Pyromancer. I think moving forward, I would probably cut those for something to be more targeted towards what I expect for this weekend. We got a 5th Hand Disruption spell against any control or just being up on the draw against an aggressive deck. Sometimes you want to bring that in. As well as Fatal Push against aggressive decks. The best removal when you have as many fetch lines as we do, as well as Bobble. Fatal Push is just awesome against any creature matchup. Grudge against a Wurza deck, very important. 3 Veil of Summer. It's great. It's great. I mean, Jund, other Death Shadow matchups, you know, any kind of control matchup, you want to counter a counter spell. This comes in, just be very conscious. Anything blue or black that they're going to play a lot of them, you bring it in. Kind of self-explanatory. It sounds weird to say that, but I mean, that's what the card's for. And then Abrupt Decay, another one of those cards that I think is just a little cute. The random one-ofs, you know, I just don't necessarily love, like Painful Truth, Seasoned Pyromancer, Abrupt Decay. Grudge, I like the most out of all of them, but I could see cutting any of them for something that you want to dedicate slots for whatever metagame you expect at your FNM, your GP, your SCG, whatever you think. Thank you so much for watching this week's Droppin Bombs, and I will see you next week for some more Droppin Bombs action. Later.